Hi, my name is Britton New One Carter, and this is On the Line, a show that promises to uplift and empower our community. Hey, they just want to play my jam, but it's all right. Hey, listen, before we get started, I want to remind you as to how to follow us. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Watch On The Line TV. At On The Line TV show. Now, if you want to interact with us, because we live tonight on Facebook, then hit us at Watch On The Line. That's hashtag Watch On The Line. Tonight, I've been blessed. You know, this is Father's Day weekend, right? And I get an opportunity, and I'm adopting these kids. They're not actually my kids, but they're young adults, and I've adopted them. You know, they're beautiful, they're dynamic, they're intelligent, and I just, you know, I feel like the proud papa here today. So today I have with me three very dynamic human beings. First of all, I have with me Mr. Tyrone Coleman.
Hey, how you doing?
I have his partner. We're gonna say the best for last, right? They all great, but we're gonna save her for last, right? And I have with us his partner, Mr. Ceth Diggs.
Hey, how y'all doing?
And of course, none other than Yaqehyah. This is, say it right.
Yaqehyah.
Yaqehyah. Okay, now this happens, and if she looks familiar, that's right. That's the twin of my producer, AnnMarie. That's her twin. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm blessed today to have all three of them with us. We're gonna jump right into the show. And, you know, every show that I have, I talk about our youth and where they're at, you know, in the scope of things. You know, we all know what's going on in our communities today, right? And you all are young adults, so, you know, we can keep this thing on the line. We can tell the truth. So you had the opportunity to pull yourself up, Tyrone, from the bootstraps of adversity, and tell us who you are and what's going on in your life.
All right, so my name is Tyrone Coleman. I'm 20 years old. I'm in college currently right now. And, I'm gonna talk about some of the things I'm doing positive first before I get into my story, so y'all can see where I came from. I got a clothing line called Debonair. We got a record label. It's called EBE, Everybody Eating. We got a mentoring business, Above All, Dustin King, and we trying to get back into the communities and like teach what we ain't have at a young age. So financial literacy, all that. We write books, plays. So we really trying to help everybody out, bring them on. But
So hold on, brother. You know, you was a little low. Did I hear you say something about having a book out about what?
Financial literacy. It's called the $10 Success.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about how that came to fruition.
So I realized something about black people in this day and age. I realized like we lack like understanding on assets and liabilities. So everybody quick to jump on something and they lose every time. So I thought of a simplistic way to get the information out so I could teach everybody this information that they've been keeping from me.
Okay, that's great. So just real quickly, can you highlight where'd you come from? Have you always had these ideas? Have
Of
you
course
always
not.
been?
So,
okay.
Yeah, a little bit about my story. Like I grew up in the streets. Of course, I was in gangs. I was incarcerated. I was in foster care. Like I done been through it all, and it just made me a better me. It didn't stop me. It didn't break me down. It made me like work harder for what I want. So I did 4 years in jail, and it was crazy for me. That's where I met Britton. Like he came through. He spoke to us and he inspired me. He taught me a lot. He came through and he gave us information that was like insightful. So. Of course, it just, like when he said he wrote plays, I'm like, man, I can write plays. Like, let me try to write a play. So, of course, I wrote the play and I contacted you, like, look, man, I wrote this play. I'm trying to do it in this facility. Why don't you come through and help me out, brother? But the system, of course, they won't let her, I mean, you know, they won't let us, they won't allow us to, like, blossom. So, with me trying to stand out and I was just in gangs and all that, they trying to, we trying to keep you, like, in the system.
Well, one of the things that, and I appreciate it, because I was going to mention how I knew you. And, you know, just for the listening audience, this is a dynamic young brother, and he's a gifted writer, very gifted. He sent me his play. And I'm telling you, it was so hard not to steal that work. No, but he has great material, and we have the opportunity now to do some things on this side of the fence where we both can blossom and flourish together, and I look forward to doing some work with you.
appreciate
You
it.
brought with you your partner, Ceth.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now give me a little bit about yourself and your background.
All right, well, my name is Ceth. I'm 20 years old, born and raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. I went to Lakota West High School. I was
Okay,
playing football, very good at football. I also did well in school.
okay,
But I got detoured and get misled by the wrong crowd, which put me in a position where I was incarcerated for a year. But I was always able to keep positive and stay strong for myself. And I was able to get through it, and that's where I met this good brother, Tyrone Coleman. And ever since then, we created a bond. And you feel me, we've been working on things and aspects in our life to keep moving forward
Yeah,
and being a better person.
okay.
We just actually came from real estate club, so we're part of a chapter where we can we about to join, and this is our second time going, so we about to put in an application and just go in and join them so we can be able to grow. And we be doing a lot of things. We be trying to help out in the community. We done spoke at several events.
Right.
We trying to get back into the facility we was incarcerated at, just so we can get that message back to them. Like, look, y'all, we was in the same position as y'all. Like at a point in time, I was the gang leader. Like I ran a position in the jail. So now I'm trying to change the game and show them like you ain't gotta go for the obvious stuff. You ain't gotta do things that's just basic. Like so, I'm in school to be for dental hygienist. And when I tell people that, they just don't believe it. They like, nah, but you ain't in school to be. I actually am. Like, is it because I'm black that you don't? I can't fill that role. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And that's usually the self-doubt that people have in themselves to aspire to those levels. Such as with, when you talk about starting a business, a cosmetic business, if you will. Somebody here started a cosmetic business. Somebody here was 10 years old and was out doing some entrepreneur stuff at 10 years old. I'm not going to mention no name. Oh, hey, listen, tell them what you did. Tell them who you are and what you did and your story.
My name is Yaqehyah. I go by AnnMarie. I own AnnMarie Cosmetics. I started off with always wanting self-esteem, always just pushing yourself, always just believing in yourself. So at 10 years old, I started a program called the BU program for young little girls, just to show you yeah, you can be anything you want to be, you can do anything you want to do. And that kind of just started the whole entrepreneurship. Also having an entrepreneur mom, that's always just been
That's right.
always just
Your mom,
be your
your
own
granddad.
that's in the family.
That's right.
It's always about just being yourself. So after the program, I wanted to start. I've always been into makeup. Always been into beauty. I'm in cosmetology school.
Okay.
So that's what made me start AnnMarie Cosmetics. I wanted to put something for my community. Just let everybody know, I want everybody to feel confident. I want everybody to feel beautiful. I want everybody to be themselves and love themselves in their own skin.
Okay, and you certainly are a shining example of that inward beauty because it's radiating, outwardly. Yes. Ceth, I want to come back to you, brother, because I heard you when you said that you were at Lakota and you were playing football.
I was.
Bro, you look like a receiver.
I was very good.
You look like a receiver. And what I find fascinating is that you two guys, it's fascinating when you meet someone, in the belly of the beast, so to speak. And so you came along while he was already there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, brother, you stuck your arm out and you reached for this brother, right?
So in a sense, at a point in time, I had a boxing team and I checked him out before. So I'm like, man, this brother always
trying to check his mitts out.
I'm trying to see, because I was at the point in time I was running the facility, but
right.
I was kind of taking a step back, and now I'm cool. I'm taking these college classes. I'm trying to, dealing with Mallory, he gonna stay all over you.
That's
he
right.
He ain't gonna allow you to do nothing if it's wrong. So, of course, I peeked him. He always doing his work in class, and then we ended up going to this group thing where we had to mingle and meet. And we ended up meeting each other, and I just kept wondering, look, man, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. This is what I'm trying to do when I get home. I've been down for 2.5 years, but and he felt it, oh man, this is what I'm trying to be.
So you knew right away that was a connection you needed to maintain.
Definitely. Okay. When I met him, it was an instant bond. I was very calm with him, very influential, and then we just kept trading knowledge with each other. So I felt man, we could really create a bond right here. And so ever since then, we've been rocking with each other.
Man, I'm sitting here bubbling. You guys, man, and I don't mean to take anything away from my sisters, but it's refreshing to see two handsome young brothers whose pants ain't sagging down to their kneecaps. You know what I mean? Whose shirts are buttoned to a respectable level. I like that. I like that. Don't you like that?
I do. Respect it.
You respect it?
Yeah.
And that's what's... Well, so tell us, you know, what do you do in terms of when you see young sisters out there, your age, maybe a little bit older, what type of advice and direction do you provide for them?
I always advise younger, like growing up young ladies to always carry themselves or always treat themselves how they want to be treated. Always respect yourself, no matter if you're not getting respected by anybody else. Always respect yourself. Always put yourself first. Always keep up with yourself. Always just love yourself. Just yeah.
Fantastic. So, you know, today we got a lot of chaos going on in the street, and anybody can speak to this, you know. But you know, we got chaos going down the street. What goes through your minds as you watch TV and you see another young person who's been fatally shot? You know, senseless murders, you know, or drug situations. Ladies first.
It's disgusting to me. I feel like with our community, our society, we have so many opportunities to change things, and the fact that there's people that actually do things, you know, to change things. Like,
wait a minute, I gotta stop you. I gotta stop you, because you just said something that just, you know, that just like, it smacked me in the face. You said we have the opportunity. You mean there's opportunity for change? Is that what you're telling me?
Definitely.
What? You know, here, tell it. There's no opportunities. You know, when I drive up and down the street and I see some of our youth with, you know, the pants sagging, young ladies out, and they're not doing ladylike things. To me, you know, they're not verbally saying, but their actions are saying that they're limited in opportunities. You know, so you have to make the opportunity for yourself. Is this correct?
That's the point.
Yeah.
Okay.
you always have to be your number one pusher, your number one fan. Always gotta push yourself.
Okay.
Always believe in yourself. Always stay focused.
I mean, like, I want to just share with people. I've been out for 200 days, like, and I'm doing everything that I want to do.
You what now?
I've been out for 200 days. Like, I just literally did 4, so like.
Okay, you did 4 years, and you've been out how long?
200. Like,
And you're doing what?
I'm doing like everything that I need to do. I'm working. I'm in school, so it's like it ain't no age, it ain't no time limit, it ain't no let's just do this at this point in time because I feel like it's ready. Like I got to it. Like I know a lot of people. I network a whole lot. Like I'm always in positions to grow, and I always see the bigger picture. So like I'm a leader in my community now. Like I got a group of young brothers who like follow behind us, and of course helping us with the mentoring business. And like that's our whole initial point, just to change the mindset and get people to follow the right path and follow the right leaders. It's people that's doing it.
You know, I can see the three of you in a forum, you know, going around doing speaking engagements, you know, because we need to see what our young youth can do. You know, you hadn't always had the best of influences behind you.
Nah, at a point in time, like I told you, I was a gang leader, so and even in the community, I started a group, and like it just went down the wrong path. But we was sounding like this, like that's just kicking as buddies. But when you locked into that system, when your mindset just corrupted, you tend to follow anything that's just a trend. So like with music, they tend to raise our community now. They tend to raise the young adults. So of course, listening to the music and just seeing the different things that was going on that was basic, which I didn't understand at the time. It was easy to follow the influence.
Right.
Then I went to jail, and it's like, dang, I'm always in situations where it's harmful to me. Like,
Do you all agree with that? That music can influence
Yes.
thinking in our community?
Yeah.
How so from your perspective?
Just if you listen to today's music, it's degrading. It's degrading to women. It's degrading to men. It's degrading to black people. It's degrading to.
and these are the leaders we got nowadays.
Well, listen, if y'all not watching this show, you missing it. This is a jewel. We are getting the real live jewels from the mouth of babes, so to speak. I know they're adults, but these kids, these young adults, are saying to us what we need to hear most. You know, they're saying it's degrading. They're saying that the behavior that they see out there, you know, among their peers, among even older African Americans, it's degrading. do you all use the N word? You know, I think I'm on the line and I can say what I'm. Yeah. Do you all use the nigger word?
No, I don't. We don't try.
I try
Huh?
to
Do
trade
you-
the N word for brother. I
Huh?
say brother
Yeah,
nowadays.
we use brother now.
brother.
Okay, I just want to make sure that you pure in what you're saying, because you know I can't find that being. Have you ever found that to be acceptable? You know, how is that acceptable?
So, like, so to speak, at this job I work at, it's this Caucasian kid, and like I'm new at the job, so of course people always want, when they see new people, they want to just cling to them, especially when your energy high. So I came to the work, I'm always doing me. So of course he spoke on, like, 'cause it's a white like neighborhood, so of course the job filled up with young white men and all that, and like they just don't know how to act around a black dude. So the
Right.
dude ended up telling me, like, yeah, everybody's scared of you because you're black. I'm like, man, is this what's really going on out here still nowadays? Like, so it's crazy. Like,
And I'm glad you spoke of that fear factor, and you know, and this is for you two as well. Do you all have that fear? Say when you're out in the community, you know, as a young African American female, do you have a fear of being out in the community from, say, police attacks or and from attacks from people that look just like you? Is there a fear?
I say just because of what has happened in society, what has history, what we've been through as black people, there's always a fear with police just because there is that power. You know, you have that power, you have that ability to take somebody's life just because of a feeling that you have, and just seeing that cops get away with things like this, like, of course there's that fear. I mean, I'm a strong young black woman.
Go ahead, sister.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't have too much fear. You know, I have the Almighty behind me at all times. So there's
Okay.
not.
Okay. Okay. It's great. It's great. I love it. What about yourself, young brother? Because I can imagine coming out of prison and seeing the trend. We find young brothers being murdered, you know, and choked out and shot for having toy guns and that type of thing. You know, how does that resonate, you know, with a brother that's coming out and has some ambitions and wants to do the right thing? How does that play with you? I mean,
Well, I feel it's just unacceptable and crazy when me getting out. I'm trying to stay positive, and I see all this negativity around me and feeling a community. So, and it's just like, it's just real. It's real sad because all I'm trying to do is do good. I'm trying to do good for my people and trying to do good for the community. And with just police killing us for no reason, just killing us just by anything, is just real. It breaks me down sometimes. But I gotta just stay strong and stay positive and just do the right thing for my people. So in the end goal, we do rise and we do come together.
okay. Great answers. But I got to ask you a tough one. Do we have responsibility for our own behaviors? And what I mean by that is we know what society has shown us, what's been happening, the latest trends, police killings, that type of thing. You know, do we have a responsibility, you know, for our behaviors and for the brother next door?
yeah, I feel like we do, like, 'cause what you do kind of set an example for somebody else, especially like if you got younger people that are looking up to you, like, so yeah, I feel like you gotta be able to, like, even with all this going on, you gotta be able to endure and rise above it at every like moment, 'cause there's always something going on in today's society just because of the system manipulation and how it's setting us up and just diffusing us from trying to grow above like what they say we are.
I agree to an extent. I feel like, yeah, you're responsible. You should always carry yourself a certain way, but you should always still just be yourself. And if you know that's not, just because you being yourself is not acceptable to somebody else or somebody with power or somebody, you know, that's on you, not them. Like, that's a personal decision. That's a personal lifestyle.
Right.
And I just feel like it's
Right, because
to an extent.
yeah, and I agree with you. I totally agree with you. You know, but I got to ask the hard questions, and you know, because I'm an African American male. I'm an old one, but I'm an African American male, and you know, this when I'm stopped, you know, I know that my life has changed dramatically. You know, so I'm no longer who I used to be. So I shouldn't have those fears. You know, and I didn't have them before. But, there is the thought that at any moment, as you said, one of those persons who are suffering from their own agendas, their own sick agendas, may just cause me some harm, And so what I try to do is harm reduction, try to stay out of high risk situations, so I can put myself in a better position, Surely that's what we have to do, as African Americans, and regardless to what age we are. I'm sitting here and it just dawned on me. I got to tell you now, AnnMarie, I felt like James Earl Jones there just for a brief moment, and coming to America. And it's like I'm sitting here and I said, I got two kings with me and a queen. You guys are so dynamic. Would you all consider teaming up and maybe doing some speaking engagements?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I like to foster that. So with the limited time that we have left, real quick, tell me about this real estate. Is it a real estate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tell me about the real estate investment.
So like my initial goal is to real estate and like invest in a property like myself, but I joined a club so I can get like better information on it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So are you involved as well?
I'm not sure.
You're
not even here.
Okay.
I'm interested.
I bet your mother know about it. She knows it all. She's great. And when are you gonna do your show?
Very soon. I've been planning it all out. I got everything.
Wait a minute, hold on. That's right. I got a lightweight beat. Wasn't I supposed to be your first guest?
You say guess. You didn't say first.
Knock him down a list like that.
See, I said first guest. I was supposed to be your first. Well, get me in there.
Okay, I got you.
Second.
You gonna be my model?
I'm gonna get back with you. Ceth.
Well, yes, actually, I did join a real estate club. Just got the applications today, so we're gonna fill out that paperwork soon and get that submitted. And yes, I do want to do real estate. And another end goal of mine.
Okay.
Just to get all the knowledge, all the
Okay.
different knowledge and stuff from it, and then use it for my advantage and put it into real estate property and flip that.
Yeah, because real estate is key for us. Excuse me.
I got a question from the live audience.
Okay, well, come on, live
We
audience.
got Larry Mallory on here, and he wants to know how you
Big
all
Mile.
are
What's up
occupying
with
your
you,
free
Mal?
time these days. So
All
you
right,
guys want to
so
speak to that?
what I do for free time, I'm always at the gym, Mal, if you want to know. But yeah, going to the gym and just going to different events. Like I'm always trying to build our name so we can establish that leadership in the community so people can see us more often. And then like once we get our list going, it's unlimited. Like it really is.
What about you, Ceth?
Boy, yeah, actually, I do go to the gym too as well. Try to get big, you feel me, in my free time. Sometimes I'd be bored, so I either go to the gym or play the game, or you feel me, I'd be at work. I usually work so I can stack up this money for real estate, actually. So that's what I do with my free time, or play pool. I like to do that too.
Networking.
So I know you ain't got no free time, do you? What you do with your free time?
I'm a freelance cosmetologist. I do hair. I do makeup. I do events. I've done fashion shows. I plan on having a clothing line soon. I'm entrepreneur. No free time.
So no free time. No free time. Get that girl some free time. Big Mile, who asked the question, and I mentioned earlier that this guy had really made an impact in these guys' lives. I know for sure, but I can speak to this. He made a tremendous impact in my life, and I forever thank you, Big Mile. He was the guy that told me I could do it, and I'm gonna keep on doing what you suggested, Mal. I'm gonna keep it real, man. Thanks for calling in, Mal. So is there any more questions? Okay.
We got lots of positive feedback. Everybody's very proud of you guys. They feel that you guys are the future leaders of the community. Ceth, your grandma's on here.
Hey, Grandma.
She's very excited. And Erin Kathleen Conrad said, Tyrone, you were amazing, and I'm so glad you're sharing your story with others and inspiring people in the process.
That is so fantastic. And come to think about, you know, when I do think about the political aspect, I am looking here and seeing you guys as our future. You know, I expect big things out of all
And I'm
three
trying
of
to get
you.
it to. If they let me run for mayor, I will run for. Believe
Let
me,
you
like,
run.
Mhm.
You
yeah.
gonna run.
I mean, you know.
If I'm considering it, I know you can do it.
Mhm.
I don't think I want to run for mayor, but I do want to toss my hat in the ring for city council. In the next one, in the next cycle, win, lose, or draw, we win.
Mhm.
From where we come from, we win. And I want you to take this with you. All your efforts, you know, every positive step that you take towards recreating yourself and changing your life, it's a win. It's a win. We don't always grab the ring, but just reaching for it is a win. You know, we got 2 minutes left. Each one of you, tell me what you want this audience to know real quick in terms of how to contact you, starting with my queen.
Instagram AM Cosmetics. Will be starting my lash line very soon. BU program on Facebook. Starting that back very soon for you young ones. Yeah, that's how you can get in touch with me. For
Okay,
now.
okay.
Polish Creations on Facebook. You go find it all.
Find me at Ceth Diggs at Facebook or email me Ceth Diggs, spelled with the C.
And you can find me, Britton, New One Carter, right here every week on the line. And you can also find me in the community because we taking this thing to the street. You know, if you noticed here lately, we've been out in the street in the community. We've been at the local events. Get out, enjoy yourself. You know, with this 1 minute, I do want to say this. If you didn't watch this show, if somebody missed it, call them and tell them about it. Love each other, love yourself. Take care of our babies. Peace.
Got the good camera charged up now.